So the first thing that I do as part of my nighttime routine is I turn on my humidifier. So I am just adding in some distilled water because it's very important not to use regular tap water in your house appliances. And then I'm adding some essential oils as well, which today I'm using lavender oil and eucalyptus oil. Lavender is mainly for relaxation. Eucalyptus is just kind of good for health, and I just like how it smells. I use the Now brand because that's what's relatively affordable at my local grocery store, but you can use whatever brand is convenient for you. So I don't do this every day, but I try to at least once a week or so, max every 2 to 3 weeks. Try to take a bath, it's just really good for relaxation. It's nice to get a nice soak on your muscles. So right now I'm just turning on my bath water, and then I'm gonna add my products. So the first thing that I'm adding is actually my Epsom salts. These are from the Dr. Teal's brand. This is the relaxation one. And then I also apply apple cider vinegar. This is the one with the mother. Some people say you have to use the Bragg's brand, but this is literally the same thing. It's just a store brand. No need to pay more. And I add that in. That's good for, your woman parts is what I've heard. And then I'm just kind of getting down there and really helping those Epsom salts to dissolve. And once I do that, then I'll add in my bubble bath. So I am using essential oils once again. This time I'm adding peppermint oil and rosemary oil. So while my bath is running, I like to take care of a few other things. Here I'm filling up my water because I like my baths really hot, and if I don't drink water while I'm in the bath, I will get dehydrated, and that would obviously not be good. So while I'm downstairs, I'm also making myself some tea. Yes, I heat my water in the microwave, don't judge me. But while the water is heating, I like to use that time to take care of other things like cleaning my cat's litter box and making sure my alarm is turned on. So that's what you see me going off to do. By this time, my water is done heating, so I can actually make my tea. So at night, I like to drink chamomile tea just to help me relax. So that's what we are using today. By this time, my bath is done running, and I like to use a rolled up towel as a sort of pillow, and then I'm adding my grapeseed oil into the bath just to kind of keep my skin from drying out while I'm in there. And of course, we have the water and we have the tea, and then it's time to enjoy the bath. So I try to read every night before I go to bed. I typically would be drinking my tea during this time, but since I did take a bath today, I already drank my tea. Right now, I am reading this book on boundaries. I'll have the picture of it on the screen as well as linked down below. It has a workbook that goes along with it, so that's what you see me writing down. I do sometimes read kind of self-help books. Sometimes I read magazines, either from my school or I subscribe to Kiplinger's magazine, which is a financial magazine, or sometimes I just read, some random novel that I downloaded from the Libby app using my library card. It really just depends on what I feel like that day. Also, pardon my laundry basket. I hadn't gotten around to folding it yet. I ended up doing it the next day, but yeah, just ignore that. So after I read, it is time to do my skincare. I'm not showing you guys my full skincare routine here because there's going to be a separate video on that. Otherwise, this video would be way too long. So definitely stay on the lookout for that video, which will have my full nighttime skincare routine, including the mask and everything that I am doing. So, if you've been following me for a while, you may have seen my goal video at the beginning of the year, and in that video, one of my goals was to log my food, and basically give myself credit for all the days that I log my food throughout the year. So for that, I use an app called MyFitnessPal. So today, all I ate was a Panda Bowl from Panda Express. Now, again, if you've been watching my videos, you may have seen my health journey video, and then you would know that I'm not supposed to be eating Panda Express. But, this day was a cheat day. I'm just trying to keep those to a minimum as much as possible. But in terms of overall calories, I didn't really eat anything else besides the Panda Express that day. So from that standpoint, I was fine, but still not the best quality of food, but it is what it is. So along the same idea of self-improvement, I'm trying to relearn French. I took French in college, but I've forgotten most of it, so I like to spend about 10 minutes a day doing Duolingo, so that is what I am doing now. Once I finish Duolingo, at this point it's really time for me to kind of just get into sleeping mode. So I like to journal a bit just to kind of get out any thoughts or any feelings that I've had from the day. So for that, I just use a OneNote notebook and I'm just writing on my iPad with my Apple Pencil. It works pretty well because I can access it on my iPad, my phone, my computer, etc. So I just have, a dedicated notebook for a journal, and then I just make a new page for each day. And as you can see, it has the little notebook paper background, so it's very similar to actually writing on paper. So once I've cleared out any potentially negative thoughts or feelings, or also just neutral ones, I like to add a bit of positivity into my life. So this journal is called the Positive Journal, and of course the picture will be on the screen and down below. So it basically has daily prompts just to kind of bring happiness, positivity, and gratitude into your life. So on this day, the prompt is happiness boost. Researchers found that the following exercise created an immediate boost in happiness. It says, imagine yourself in the future. Everything has gone as well as it possibly could. You've worked hard and succeeded in accomplishing all of your life goals. You're living the life of your dreams. You're now identifying the best possible way things might turn out in your life. Today, take a few minutes to write about what you saw and how you felt. Do you think this might help guide your decisions now? So now it's time to actually get in the bed. So the first thing that I have to do is obviously remove all of the extra pillows from my bed. So I'm just putting them on the shelf of the table, at the foot of my bed. And as you can see, my cat also sleeps in the bed with me. I also like to spray my bed with some linen spray. This particular one is a rose petal scent. It is from Amazon and will of course be linked down below. So once I'm actually in bed, I like to continue with a theme of positivity and read some affirmations out loud. I made myself a list of affirmations that are specific to my personal goals and things that I'm working on, I would definitely suggest everyone else to do the same. It's definitely really good to kind of, give yourself some positivity, especially going into sleep, because you definitely don't want to go to sleep with any type of negative mindset. So the last thing that I do before I go to sleep is some meditation, and I use the Headspace app, which is unfortunately not a free app, but I get it for free through my job. I would check with your job to see if you have it or any similar apps. A lot of companies have added these kinds of benefits with the pandemic, and I'll just go ahead and turn off my lights. So that is it for my nighttime routine, but before I end this video, I did want to show you guys an app that I use to stay on schedule. The app is called Routinist, and you can see that my long routine, which I did today, is supposed to take me 3 hours and 10 minutes. I was mostly on schedule, but just a little bit over, so it took me 3 hours and 17 minutes. Also, you can see I started way late, but that is okay. It is the weekend. It's not a big deal if I stay up late. So on a regular night, this is what my routine would be, which would only be 2 hours. But I did want to show you guys how this app works. So here you can see all the tasks that I have listed, along with the amount of time that I've set aside for each task. And here you can see that I can choose which days of the week I want to repeat that task, and I can also select which sound I want it to notify me, and other things like that. And the thing is that when you look at this type of app, the way that it's controlled is it's all automatically timed based on what time you want to leave in the morning and how much time you want to sleep. So here you can see in the very bottom row that I have 10 a.m. So that's what's time I basically start work in the morning. And so since my morning tasks last me about an hour and 30 minutes, it's telling me that I need to start my morning routine at 8:30 a.m. And then because I told it that I want to sleep for 8 hours and 30 minutes, it's telling me that I need to be in bed by midnight. And then it, kind of works backwards from there to tell me what time I need to start my nighttime routine. So most nights I start around 10. Sometimes it varies if I'm doing an extra long routine or, something of that nature. So that is it for today. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And don't forget to come back for more routine videos. Bye!